Time now for Consumer Confidential with KTLA 5's David Lazarus.
He is joining us live. And David, we're going to start by talking about wholesale prices taking a jump.
Yeah, and keep in mind, wholesale prices feed into retail prices, which is what we all pay at the cash register. So this is an important indicator of what could be ahead when it comes to consumer prices. And what we're talking about now is the Producer Price Index jumping last month at a rate twice as much as had been expected by economists. The Producer Price Index, which is a measure of wholesale prices, is up nearly 10% as of January from a year before. And that puts upward pressure on consumer prices because the higher wholesale prices almost always will be passed along to consumers in the form of higher retail prices. Now, these latest increases come as consumer prices are already at a 40-year high amid COVID-related supply issues and shortages. And so the question now is, when does that ease up? Many economists feel that later this year we'll start seeing some measure of relief when it comes to inflation, but not until the Federal Reserve starts aggressively raising interest rates as a way of making money more expensive, which in turn should put inflationary pressure downward again. But that's a moving target, as we know. The Fed is expected to start launching these rate hikes as of next month. There could be as many as 7 this year, according to some estimates that are out there. Stocks are up at the moment, but not primarily because of inflation. Rather, there might be an easing of tension in Ukraine, and we'll take a look at that in the 1 o'clock hour.
All right, 2 top toy makers have a very different outlook on the future of toys.
And this is interesting, Glenn, because toy sales surged during the pandemic, in large part because parents were desperate to keep their little ones both amused and distracted during house arrest. But as we work our way through the pandemic and things start gradually returning to normal, the 2 industry leaders, Mattel and Hasbro, have very different outlooks for where we're going to be going to next. El Segundo-based Mattel, for one, thinks the future is very bright and they have to wear shades. The company says that its revenue was up by 10% in the 4th quarter, and that was led in large part by full-year sales for Barbie dolls, which were at the highest level in 60 years. You go, girl, Barbie. Basically, Mattel is thinking that parents are going to continue buying toys in the immediate future at the same rate they were doing so during the pandemic, even at higher prices. Hasbro, meanwhile, thinks that toy sales are going to come down over the next 2 years, and they are bracing for slower sales. But there might be a little bit of sleight of hand here. Hasbro is getting a new CEO on February 25th. It could be that the company is trying to lower expectations for shareholders, so when the new CEO takes over and sales pop, the new person is going to be looked at as a hero.
And then you were teasing this earlier, sort of, if we follow what Microsoft corporate workers do or the company does, it can trickle down and affect other people headed back into the office.
Yeah, this is interesting. Now, we've been looking at a number of big companies that are very strong in the information department because they can serve as a bellwether for how we're going to be acting when we come out of COVID. We've been watching Apple, Google, and now Microsoft, and this is very interesting. Microsoft is expecting the return to work to be much faster than people expect. So much faster that Microsoft is going to be reopening its headquarters offices near Seattle and its offices in the San Francisco Bay Area at the end of this month. Now, the company still expects to offer some flexibility to its workers who want to have hybrid work from home, work at the office situations, but by and large, Microsoft thinks that COVID will have subsided enough by the end of February to get the bulk of its workers back into the workplace. That's very interesting and very fast, too. We've been seeing a number of Wall Street firms also taking this sort of posture of saying that they expect people back more sooner than later. It seems to be a growing trend among large employers. So I'm going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to say that maybe by April, I'll be sitting there on the desk with you guys. Glenn, do me a favor, clean off the counter to your left. I'd appreciate that. Back to you guys.
I'll leave the 409 here for you.
Really? You think as soon as April, huh?
I'm guessing April. You're going to have to tolerate having me in the room there with you. That's my guess.
Put him over there on the stage.
Let's do it. Let's do a $10 bet.
I could do that.
Okay. April 1st?
April. Let's say April.